Frequently asked questions about when a governor allows a bill to become law without the governor's signature. So, what can California's governor do with bills that reach his or her desk? The governor has basically three options. Once the bill reaches the governor's desk within the allotted time period, the governor can sign that bill, in which case it becomes a statute law. The governor can veto that bill, in which case, obviously, the bill doesn't become a statute or law unless the legislature overrides that veto. And the third is to allow a bill to become law without the governor's signature, which means he neither signs it nor vetoes it. Now, what does the California Constitution provide for bills becoming statutes without the governor's signature? It's found in Article 4, Section 10B. And in 10B1, it basically says that at the end of session, at the end of in the second calendar year of the 2-year session, a bill has to be returned within 30 days, otherwise it becomes a statute. That's in section 10B1. In 10B2, it says any bill passed by the legislature before September 1 of the second year and in the possession of the governor that's not returned on or before September 30th becomes a statute. In section 10B3, it says any other bill presented to the governor that is not returned within 12 days becomes a statute. So that's the default rule, except at the end of session. And then finally, in 10B4, it says if the legislature, by adjournment of a special session, prevents the return of a bill with the veto message, the bill becomes a statute unless the governor vetoes the bill within 12 days after it's presented to the governor. What do these provisions specify then? Basically, it says that if the governor doesn't act on a bill within the specified time, again, 12 days is the general rule, except at the end of the legislative session when the time period becomes 30 days. Then a bill becomes law without the governor's signature if he or she chooses not to act on the bill one way or the other. Has a bill become law without a governor's signature in the past? Oh, yes. While Governor Gavin Newsom through 2023 hasn't chosen this course of action, or perhaps non-action, we'll call it. Prior California governors have, in fact, done so. Lastly, what are some of these instances where a prior governor has utilized this mechanism of allowing a bill to become law without the governor's signature? Well, for example, in the year 2000, Governor Gray Davis allowed 4 bills to become law without his signature. Over a decade later, in 2011, Governor Jerry Brown allowed an assembly bill to become law without his signature. In 2014, Governor Brown again allowed a single SB to become law without his signature. And then in 2016, Governor Jerry Brown allowed 2 bills, they were both Senate bills, to become law without the governor's signature. So it is used.